Welcome back to Good and Crazy News, y'all. It's your boy Aki, and I'm back with another episode. Y'all know I got my trusty co-executive producer in the house.
What's up, guys?
Oh, Lord, is your mic on?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
And y'all, guess what? For the umpteenth thousandth time, my mama's up in here, even though she don't know she be up in here. But she up in here. Say hey.
Hello.
Oh, Lord. Y'all, today was my goddaughter's birthday. She turned 1. Leilani, hey, boo. Child, she spent so much time with me today. I felt so good about it.
Yeah.
For her birthday. It was a Moana is the name of the movie.
Yeah.
It was a themed birthday party to Moana. I'm going to put some video on Tuesday's show so y'all can see because she's so cute.
Yeah. She is cute.
She is so cute.
Nice.
Child,
Adorable.
she's only 1, and she held on to my chain today. She goes, I like this. I was like, you do? You know, at 1, she is really advanced for a 1-year-old baby. Like, she is doing everything. She's walking around. And what else did I tell her that she spoke about today? She said something else to me, too, that she spoke on. I can't remember what it was, y'all. But Leah and Ashley, my children, are expecting another baby. So guess what? We're going to be having another god baby, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. There's been this thing going around all over the internet talking about gingers, white gingers or black gingers or whoever, that they're all black people.
Yeah.
Now, here it goes. If y'all look at TV shows and whatnot that goes on, every time that they have a TV show or something, the white person that's the ginger is always with black people.
Yeah.
So they try to say that gingers are black. Okay, so if you look at even the Proud Family, you got all them people, and then you got the one white girl.
Yeah.
And then she's a ginger. She has freckles and all the kind of stuff like that. And then you have, you can just name all the shows, even from the Parkers. Remember the show The Parkers? We're the Parkers. Hey, mama. With Monique and all of them. They had the one white girl on there. And she was a ginger.
Yeah.
Okay, now, on the show Scooby-Doo, every black person's favorite person is who?
Daphne.
No.
I'm just playing.
She's a redhead too, but I'm not talking about her. It's Shaggy. Shaggy's a ginger. And so is Daphne. You're right.
Yeah.
And then you go to all of these shows, you start figuring out that, you know, the white community, you know, they treat gingers like they're black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they ostracize them. Like,
yeah.
You know, hey, you know, you look like that. You over there. Y'all, I don't have my my stuff on my arms. Can I have my grease, please, so everybody can see me put my stuff up on me? Lord,
I'm trying to get oiled up.
I'm about to get oiled up. And guess what? This ain't baby oil like Diddy up down there, honey. This is Vaseline healing jelly. And I'm not gonna say what I want to say about it, but it goes.
Come on, cat.
Y'all know y'all be liking my skin looking glistening and stuff up down here. So let me just get it looking glistening for y'all. I didn't go to the gym today because I was like, I got so much other stuff to do, drinking. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you.
What?
You know what? Every time that you play Nikki, I never know that you're playing it, right?
Yeah.
So I always end up talking over it. And when I make my shorts and stuff, you know, people be always like, you know, they can't hear what I'm saying. So, in other words, every time that you play Nikki from now on, I want you to just tell me, Nikki.
All right.
Therefore, I know that it's playing because there's no visual to me seeing you playing Nikki. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing I can see is that if I'm looking at the microphone stream, it will pop up. But I will have to be actually looking at it to see that. And most of the time, I'm too late. Like the last time you played something funny as hell. And I was like, do you feel like being at work today? And you was like, I played the Nikki laugh. And I was like, oh. Because I didn't even see that you had played it.
Yeah.
So anytime you play Nikki, just say Nikki.
All
and
right.
therefore I will stop and I will, you know, laugh along with everybody else. That way it would be easier for everybody to know what's going on. So y'all, back to the ginger story. I want y'all to see one of two videos that we had. It's 2 videos, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the first one is about gingers.
No, that's the countdown.
Huh?
Go down. You're on the countdown. Down.
What's
that's
this?
a photo.
Oh, this is a photo of a ginger?
Yeah.
Then look at the black ginger. Now, you know what, Judah? Let me show you something.
What?
This picture that you chose of a supposed black ginger, I don't know if she qualifies as a real ginger because I don't see no freckles, see? The freckles makes the person a ginger, not necessarily the hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even the complexion. Because remember, when you talk about gingers, they don't have to be light-skinned. There's dark-skinned gingers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this picture that you have, I don't know where you got this picture from, but all I know is that this picture is not personifying what I would think a ginger would be. This is somebody who went down there and got one of those L'Oreal hair dyeing kits and put that shit in her hair. Because guess what? Ain't no freckles on this girl, so I don't classify her as a ginger. Because to me, gingers have freckles, right? Wouldn't you say that? If you're going to be a ginger person, you have to have freckles. Now, I love this story of black people, gingers hanging with black people, because I can tell y'all, way back in the day, my sister, one of her good friends, this girl named Sibel, she was black and German, and she was light-skinned, white-skinned, and she had freckles, and she was from the Bronx. When I tell you that girl was the blackest girl you ever seen in your life, you know, do you remember Sibel, mommy? My sister's girlfriend, Sibel, she'd be like, "Mommy!" on the corner, just screaming out. You know how the Puerto Ricans and shit do in New York back in the day, just screaming out stuff. Child, so we got a couple of videos that I want y'all to see. First, I'm going to start off with one of this conversation that we have going on right here. Because, you know, today in society, black people are claiming everybody. You know, they claiming the Pope. You know, they not claiming Kamala Harris for some strange reason. You know, they want to claim, what's the Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. They want to claim all the people that don't want to be black except for the people who are actually black. Now, I went on a whole rant the other day about the Pope.
Yeah.
Mommy, the new Pope, okay, his paternal grandparents were both black, okay, which means that the other side was not black, okay? They were white. So they had their children, which means that the mulatto side of the Pope, his parents was only not even 50% black, less than that, because one of his parents was named Martinez and was a mulatto. So by the time they had the Pope, there's a whole lot of white shit going on, and everybody wanted the Pope to be black.
Yeah.
Now, Kamala Harris's daddy is a black man from Jamaica.
Yeah.
But they couldn't let her be black. Even though she went to an HBCU, graduated from HBCU and everything. Now, I know I'm on a tangent right now. Y'all ain't got to pay me no attention. I know I'm going all off the rails right now. I'm curious that when I turn on this video, where is it going to be at? Is it going to be in the bot? Is it going to be in front of me right here?
It's going to be in the corner because it's a TikTok video. So, you know.
Oh, okay. So let me thank you for the clarification. See, y'all, when it comes to these ginger people, everybody's saying that gingers are black. Now, I haven't seen these videos that you pull. What is the first one saying?
The first one is the original video of the black woman saying that she's saying that gingers are black.
Okay. So y'all want to watch something about gingers being black? Y'all watch this.
Need to remind y'all again, everyone who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black man. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black woman. Gingers are black. All gingers.
Now, am I supposed to laugh at this? Because I didn't see it. No,
yeah.
I can't. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Y'all, okay. So, there's another video that co-executive producer pulled as far as this black stuff goes, but can I read this now before I play the second part? Or should I have read it before?
You can read it before.
I can feel it now? I can read it now? Okay. Y'all, it says, gingers are black. Trend on TikTok opens up conversations on race, redheads, and acceptance. It says a new viral TikTok trend is sparking emotional conversations and unlikely solidarity between black users and those with red hair, dubbed gingers are black.
Yeah.
Now, when they say gingers are black, they're not saying that they have black parents. What they're saying is that they're a marginalized community.
Right.
And so
we're basically claiming them.
Yeah, we're claiming them as black because they're marginalized. It says the trend was sparked by creator at DRA Brother Root Worker. It's DEIARA The Root Worker, and has since evolved into a widespread social media moment exploring identity, discrimination, and shared experiences across racial and cultural lines. In a video that has since gained over 58 million views, DI claimed all gingers are black people, setting off a chain reaction of emotional storytelling, healing, and honest revelations about bias and identity. Red hair creators have flooded the platform with teary-eyed videos overwhelmed by the wave of support from black TikTok. JoJo, you bored with the show?
It
My
just
dog
started.
is bored. She want to leave. You let me know when I should drop this next video, okay? It says right here, it just hits me. I get tears in my eyes. Said gentle nudges. I've never had a community. Not this big. Not this consistent and this amazing. While much of the trend has been uplifting, it also shed light on an under-discussed topic, white-on-white discrimination, which is what I talked about in the beginning of this story.
Now you can play the video.
Now I can play the video? Okay, y'all, there's a second video to this ginger conversation. Y'all want to see it? Here you go.
Red hair, they are black.
All redheaded people are black now, apparently. The truth is, I don't know why. But here are some arguments I've heard on black TikTok. Mostly in the early days of American slavery, immigrants from England, Ireland, Scotland, and other European countries came to the U.S. and worked as indentured servants, which meant oftentimes they were working alongside black people who were in slavery. Being an indentured servant was not the same as slavery, but it's feasible that immigrants from these countries and enslaved black people exchange cultures, languages, and traditions. One part of that is another argument I've heard, where people have been making the comparison between Haitian voodoo deity Maman Bridget and the Irish goddess Brigitte. The third one I've seen is that in 1845, Ireland suffered a horrible famine. It sparked millions of Irish people to immigrate to America. Were they welcomed with open arms? No, they were discriminated against, just like anybody who didn't fit the Anglo-Saxon standard, whether they were red-haired or not. In advertisements and as slang, people even called Irish people Negroes turned inside out. Even though not all immigrants from these countries had red hair, and red hair can be found in many different places, one of the biggest theories I've seen is that people with red hair share DNA with black people. But to be fair, everybody came from black people. And if not that, it's that they share, if not the same level, similar experiences of oppression. While I personally don't think that having red hair has caused the same amount of oppression as being black and dark skin does in this world, I think it's interesting to see the correlation between people who don't fit European beauty standards and oppression. And just so y'all know, black people can be red haired too. Malcolm X was a redhead. Y'all didn't know that, did you? I have black people in my family with red hair. What do you think? And if you want more black...
Now, y'all see that this girl done broke it all the way down.
Yeah.
She gave some history. She talked about black gingers, white gingers, and all this kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Y'all, it says, can I continue?
Yeah, you can.
It says, many gingers opened up about their bullied, fetishized, or even neglected by their own families for their hair color and skin tone. This is a quote. It says, I remember when I was a kid, oh my God, I hated being ginger so much. Like I got bullied brutally. Explained one TikTok user, from the age of 4 onwards, I remember feeling like a disease. I was barred all the time. I remember being hopped on by 18-year-olds, like getting dragged by my own 2 feet in front of the door of my house because I was a ginger. Child, this sounds like how black folks was being treated all around the country.
Yeah.
Child says, what began as a joke turned into a surprising safe space where redheads found a community and black users offered solidarity. I keep on trying to tell y'all that black people are the most inclusive people on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't acting crazy and saying stupid shit. we'll accept you.
Yeah, we got you.
We got you. It don't matter who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said this before and I'll say it again. If there's a black festival going on, you know, black people, we invite everybody to come to our festival. It don't matter. And some people, white people, try to say, well, what if we had a white festival? Well, we know what that actually means. Okay? Let's not pretend. Y'all gonna have them Confederate flags down there and all them trucks driving around with them crazy flags and people with guns and all kinds of nonsense. Child, we know what it means.
Yeah.
And guess what, ginger people? Welcome to the community. And we love y'all. Bye. You don't get no slam today. I know that sounded like a slam, but let me do that again. Ginger community, y'all don't get a slam today. Bye. Y'all, guess what? We got to talk about this nonsense that's going on up down here right now, y'all. Y'all heard about this mansion, it's in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, y'all. Black people are jubilant and clapping and jumping up and down all over the country because this mess right here is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, it says fire destroys a sprawling mansion on a former Louisiana sugar plantation. Now, you know what's bad about this? This comes from the Associated Press, but before I get into that, I'm going to tell you this.
What?
The white people, the antebellum people from the South, you know what they do? They go to these old plantations and they do stuff like have weddings and ceremonies and all kind of stuff like that, basically supporting the losing side of the Civil War, which is those people who carry those Confederate flags.
Yeah.
Okay? And so anytime somebody goes down to a place like this and has their wedding, we all need to be looking at them with the side eye.
Yeah.
And because basically what they letting us know is that they don't support us.
Right.
They are with whatever the hell they believe is going on in the South when they lost the war. Okay? It says, fire destroys a sprawling mansion on a former Louisiana sugar plantation. This comes from the Associated Press. It says, flame ripped through a massive mansion in Louisiana, destroying much of the historic structure that was used as a plantation house when it was completed in 1859. Authorities said the fire was engulfed by a Nottoway plantation house on Thursday, devastated the building along the Mississippi River between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Iberville Parish President Cris said on social media, nearly a dozen fire departments from surrounding towns battled the blaze. He said no injuries were reported. Now, why y'all need all the fire people from all around the area to come down there to fight one fire down there to the plantation? They're just, How
big the plantation was?
That's what I'm saying. The plantation must have been gigantic.
Yeah.
Child, it says before the fire, it was a resort and an event venue. Somebody tried to tell me it was a museum. And I'm like, no, it was not a museum. It was privately owned, and it was used as an event space, which is exactly what I said. And the website described it as the South's largest remaining antebellum mansion. Diego called it a cornerstone of our tourism economy and a site of national significance. Significance to what?
Right.
Slavery. Y'all stop playing with me. It says a 53,000 square foot. Oh, that's a big ass house.
Yeah.
4,924 square meter home on a former sugar plantation about 65 miles northwest of New Orleans had a 3-story rotunda adorned with giant white columns and hand-carved Italian marble fireplaces, according to the description on the website. Let's burn it down. You know what we used to say a long time ago that we don't say no more?
What?
I'm going to bring it back. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Burn. Let that shit burn down to the goddamn ground. Bye. It says the mansion owner, Louisiana attorney Dan Diaz, said in a written statement that the fire had led to total loss after the time and money he invested in the building. We are devastated and heartbroken for this loss, he said. This was my dream and now it's been dashed. Good.
Right.
You holding on to slavery. You holding on to oppression. You holding on to the denigration of black people in this country. Mm-hmm. And guess what? All the weather devastation that's going on in the world, in this country right now, along with this fire, is letting everybody know that guess what? Y'all time is up. Do you know that today in this country, there was over 28 deaths is from tornadoes? And guess what? All of those were in red states. None of them was in blue states. All red states. You know what? This is a conspiracy theory. They try to say that, oh, yeah, you know, the world is going crazy. It's topsy-turvy, upside down. The God is down here doing retribution on the earth and all this kind of stuff like that. I don't know. But all I know is it's completely ironic that all of this mess is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Child, it says right here, it says, photos from the local news outlet showed a giant orange wall of fire consuming the upper portion of the rotunda and sending a plume of thick smoke into the sky. The fire has been contained and no other properties were harmed, said Maj Monty Mangalasio of the Iberville Parish. You know what? I'm reading kind of good tonight because I'm a little tipsy. Shannon.
Oh, come on, cat.
Y'all, thank God that shit has burnt down by Plantation. Bye. Child, why is Lil Boosie up down on my computer? You know, listen. Between Lil Boosie and T.I., did you get that T.I. story I sent you? Child, T.I. is dating somebody who worked at Popeye's Chicken up down there, y'all, and got Tiny down there going crazy, going up to Popeye's and threatening the girl. Now, you know what's funny about this story?
What?
The girl is so gangster, she ain't even quit her job down there to the Popeyes. She's like, listen, I like T.I. for who he is. I ain't trying to get his money.
Then she said she was going to beat up Tiny.
Yeah, she was going to beat up Tiny. Lord. It says Boosie badass defends Diddy amid sex traffic case. Cassie enjoyed it. Auto slam again. Now, what people don't understand, especially ignorant ass MFers like Boosie badass, is that there's a such thing called Stockholm syndrome. Mm-hmm. They try to say, oh, Cassie was texting Diddy that she wanted to do a freak off and this and that. But guess what? Stockholm syndrome is real.
Yeah.
You have to remember that Cassie was only 19 years old when she met Diddy. She was not a grown woman. He groomed her into that.
Right.
Okay? So you can make somebody believe in order to make their oppressor feel good that I want this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that she actually wants it in her own mind. She might even believe that she wants it at the time, but it doesn't negate the fact that she's been traumatized into this position.
Yeah.
Okay? So y'all stop it. Bye, Boosie, as usual. Again. You know I can't stand y'all.
Bleep.
Because, you know, I ain't trying to get blocked up down here. Who is this? That's not Chris Brown. Oh, Lord. Y'all. We have to remember that Chris Brown is a human being.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Am I going to get in trouble for saying what I'm about to say about Chris? Because I'm about to give him some major passes. I need to see what happened first. Because you know what? How many years has it been since him and Rihanna got into that mess up down there where he beat her up and all that? She got kids now and the whole family.
Right. It's been
a long time.
Yeah.
20 years probably at this point. Listen, Chris Brown, I got to give him some props because you know why?
Why?
He never stopped making his music. He never stopped doing his damn thing up down there. And he was like, you know what? Y'all ain't got to recognize me. Y'all ain't got to give me no awards. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing my thing.
Right.
And he kept doing it.
Yeah.
He ain't got no awards from the NAACP. He ain't got no awards from BET, none from the American Music Awards, no Grammys, no nothing. Child, let me see what Chris Brown done did up down here. And why is your mouth open up down here to the picture?
Oh, come on, cat.
Lord, Let me see what it say up there here. It says, singer Chris Brown's tour in question as UK judge orders him into custody on assault charge. Now, he been arrested, apparently, in the UK. This comes from the Associated Press, y'all. It says, Grammy-winning singer Chris Brown's upcoming tour was thrown into question Friday as a British judge ordered him held in custody while facing allegations that he beat a music producer with a bottle of London nightclub in 2023. Brown, and I heard it was tequila. It says Brown, 36. He only 36?
Yeah.
It seems like Chris Brown should be in his 40s or something by now. It says Chris Brown appeared in the Manchester Magistrate Court to face one count of causing grievous bodily harm and was ordered held against his next hearing on June 13th in London, the same day he's due to take stage in Frankfurt, Germany on his third date of his world tour. Now, they fucking with his bag now.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, N-word, we don't care that you got a show coming up. You're going to show up to court the same day.
Yeah.
And he's in custody, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. It says, Judge Joanna Hurst rejected Brown's bail request after prosecutor Hannah Nicholas said the crime was extremely serious. Brown was on tour in the UK in February 2023 when he launched an unprovoked attack on a producer, Abe Dial, striking him several times with a bottle, oh, God, at the Tape nightclub in swanky Mayfair neighborhood in London, Nicholas said. Brown then chased Dial and punched and kicked him in an attack caught on surveillance camera in front of a club full of people, she said. Where's the video?
Right.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know. They didn't show it.
Lord, Chris Brown, why are you crashing out?
Yeah.
Don't do that. What did this man do to you? You didn't like the beat that he made? No. It's what, okay. My mama told me something, what the man do to him. All right, so let me just lightly brush over this. Y'all know this new show, we're not supposed to be cerebral up over here, okay? I'm not claiming to be the most intelligent person on any of these stories that I talk about. This is purely for your fun, enjoyment, and entertainment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know all them talking heads sitting up there trying to sound all intelligent like Candace Owens, even though they don't know what the hell they talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I want y'all to enjoy me for me.
Right.
Okay? Chris Brown, what did you do to this man? It says defense attorney Grace Forbes argued that the American former wasn't a flight risk and should be released. He is a flight risk because he's in the UK and he's American. Okay, so what you think he gonna do when you let him up down out of the jailhouse? He gonna jump on his private jet and fly back to America.
Right.
It says Brown was flanked by court officers in the dock. His hair was bleached blonde and he wore sweatpants and a black t-shirt. He confirmed his name and birthday and said his address was the local Lowry Hotel, where he was arrested early Thursday and taken into custody. He beat my mama told me something. What did he do? He beat one of his producers in the head with a bottle of tequila. Let me tell you something. It depends on the brand of the tequila. Mm-hmm. That could be a very hard hit. Because, you know, some of these bottles be real thin. You know, when you buy cheap shit, it'd be in plastic bottles or something like that. But, you know, the higher and higher and higher you go up in these brands of stuff, the thicker the bottles get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Chris Brown, why you do that?
Right.
We love you. We don't know that part. My mama keep on asking what did they do to him. We don't know that part. But Chris Brown, boy, what is you doing? Stop it.
Yeah.
You see, every time somebody try to give you a pass, even though it's 20 years later, here you come doing the same bullshit again, fighting somebody and doing all that. JoJo, where you going? Come here. With your cute self. Everybody want to see you. Say, hey, I just got a bath yesterday, y'all. Hey, JoJo, come up on the screen and say hey to the people. Why you acting like a 2-year-old? JoJo's like, leave me alone. Child, okay. All right, so y'all, bye, Chris Brown. Bye. Bye. Child. No, JoJo, don't start doing that, please. My dog is not black. I keep on trying to tell y'all. What? My mama talking about the dog says she is black. Lord. Who is this up there here next? Who is this man? Oh, this is Black History?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, this is time for Black History. Y'all know every day on Good and Crazy News is Black History. We do it every week. Y'all, this man's name is Mark Edward Dean. What did he do?
He mainly developed and patented a lot of stuff for computers.
Black people always got something to do with computers. It says Dean was born on March 2nd, 1957 in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Dean displayed an affinity for technology and invention at a young age. Dean graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering in 1979, soon after he got a job at IBM as an engineer. His first task at the company was to create a word processor adapted for IBM's Data Master Terminal, which is like their first PC.
Yeah.
During this time, he also created an ISA bus that allowed additional components to be connected to a PC. You know what that is, right? Those parallel USB, and I mean, not USB, but parallel and serial ports that came before USB and all that kind of stuff like that. This is before that. If you look on the back of that computer right now, you'll see parallel ports. That's what the monitors are connected to. Parallel ports and serial ports. Back then, everything that you connected to computer was through those ports. The modem, the microphone, everything that you had connected through those parallel ports or serial ports.
Yeah.
The serial port was a smaller version, and the parallel port was a longer version. They use what's called pins to go inside versus, basically the USB port is a condensed version of a parallel port or serial port.
Yeah.
Come on, black people.
Right.
It says the same year Dean earned his master's degree in electrical engineering. In 1999, Dean and his team developed a gigahertz microchip, the first in the world.
Yeah.
Y'all stop playing with black excellence up out here. It says Dean was the president overseeing the company's Alameda Research Center in San Jose, California. At one point, Dean was CTO for IBM Middle East and Africa. He retired from the company in 2013 and became a professor at the University of Tennessee. So all y'all young people out there that's getting ready to go to college and you want to major in computer science, please go to the University of Tennessee and take Mark Dean Edwards as your freaking teacher.
Yeah.
Because he's going to tell you something that you don't know. Do you know what? I had a friend of mine one time.
Mm-hmm.
This is how ignorant a lot of these people who have these technology jobs are now today. I had a friend of mine way back in the day, and he was a manager of troubleshooting at one of these Microsoft companies.
Mm-hmm.
And he had no idea that a computer could not operate without DOS. He had no idea. And he was trying to argue with me. I'm like, when you turn on a computer, even if you don't see it, the first thing that happens is A prompt or C prompt, auto exec, and it launches Windows. That is DOS. And somebody who was in charge of computers at a major company did not know that. I'm like, boy, get out of here.
Right.
How'd you get that job up down there? Because you don't know S. Whoever got it for him. But what I'm trying to say is that these days when you take these computer classes and whatnot, they don't take you all the way back to the root anymore. Mm-hmm. They start you off where you at technology-wise today. That does not make you, you know how they have all these classes? Hey, come on down here and get a Microsoft certification. You'll be in cybersecurity in 18 months because they're not taking you all the way back.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're starting you right here. So when somebody really attacks the cybersecurity, you don't really know where to go.
Right.
Because if you knew the roots, which is A prompt and C prompt, in order for make all of this stuff happen, because people don't realize that Windows is just a program that is started automatically when you turn the computer on by the auto exec file. How could you be in IT and you don't know that? It's a lot of people in IT that do not know that. Bye. Oh, I'm sorry. Not to y'all. My bad. Thank you, Mark Edward Dean, for your contributions. You have made the world a better place. We have so many black people involved in computers.
Hey, he's still here with us. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still with us. He was born in 1957, so I'm quite sure he's still. Look at him. He looked young and everything on this picture right here. Y'all, guess what, y'all? We'll be right back.
This show is brought to you by Cris with Mortgage Right. Tired of throwing money away on rent? Escape the cycle and start building real wealth. Cris can help you land the perfect home loan for your unique situation. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade, we'll guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. Contact Cris today to get started.
And we're back. Y'all, I was about to tell co-executive producer something, and guess what? I had a brain fart, and I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Lord. Okay, y'all. Guess what it's time for, y'all? It's time for men's gossip. Okay, I was about to make sure you're going to participate in that, y'all. Lord. It says Caitlin Clark is up down her. And y'all know the WNBA season just kicked off. And the girls are down here, honey. And guess what? Caitlin Clark and Reese done let y'all know it's time to start watching the games.
Yeah. Right.
Caitlin Clark says flagrant foul on shoving Angel Reese was not malicious.
Oh, man, come on, cat.
I was trying to figure out how long it was going to take you to realize. Lord, it says, this comes from the Associated Press. It says, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese agreed on one thing Saturday. Their minor distup during the season opener was just a result of basketball play. Aside from that, Clark did most of the talking. She downplayed the on-court fracas that occurred with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third quarter, which spurred Indiana to a 93-58 victory over the Chicago Sky. It started with Reese grabbing an offensive rebound and Clark slapping Reese's arm hard enough to jar the ball loose and knock Reese to the floor. When Reese got up, she tried to confront Clark. Before Indiana center Aaliyah Boston stepped in between the two players, Clark's third personal foul was upgraded to a flagrant, while Boston and Reese each drew a technical foul following a replay review by the referees. The girls be down there.
Yeah.
They be down there playing that basketball. Mama, do you like girls playing basketball? Huh? Speak.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It says, huh?
In high school.
You play? Did you play?
Well, everybody played.
Everybody played.
Yeah.
But you was a cheerleader though.
Yeah, but in gym, cheerleaders are in gym.
Yeah.
And then the other things is wherever they are.
But wasn't you a cheerleader in high school?
Yeah, because I was cute.
Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all, it says, let's not make it something that is not, Clark said after posting the triple-double of her career. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and it's up to their discretion. Okay, well, child, she done said up down there, y'all, that, she ain't got nothing to do with the officiating of the game. Right. She just know what she did up down there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Caitlin Clark and Reese, Angel Reese's fight up down there. Bye. Y'all, and guess what? That's the end of men's gossip. Y'all, why we have to talk about this, man? Lord. Y'all, this is another part to this story of Smokey Robinson. He up down here tripping, y'all. No, you didn't say that. My mama told me something. Isn't Smokey Robinson almost dead? Why you say that?
And the old. He was back when I was a teenager.
But y'all was teenagers together.
Or maybe.
Lord. Mommy, my mama be forgetting that she's these same people age that she be trying to roast up down here. My mama be like, the Smokey Robinson, ain't he almost dead? Child, y'all the same age. You, Smokey Robinson, Joe Biden, all y'all the same age. I don't know what you talking about. It says Smokey Robinson's criminal investigation launched after alleged victims filed police reports. Y'all, this comes from TMZ. It says Smokey Robinson's attorney, Christopher Foss, tells TMZ, quote, "We are aware that a police report has now been filed by the plaintiffs in the civil lawsuit. It is clear to us what happened here. Plaintiffs filed a police report only after they filed a $50 million lawsuit. This means I'm sorry. This means only that the police are now required to investigate. We welcome that investigation, which involves plaintiffs who continue to hide their identities because exposure to the truth is a powerful thing. Like I done told y'all, these women is lying down here. They already said in the previous story, if you look back at my other show when I talked about this before, they're all up here claiming that they Jane Does, but they also said that they knew that this man would try to holler at them, apparently, and that his wife was going to go along with it, but he wasn't doing nothing to them. Child, this man is 80-something years old. Listen, if I was a woman and I worked for Smokey Robinson at his house, as soon as he came into me talking some foolishness, you know what I would do? Wow. I would go, boy, you tripping, and just turn around and walk off. If you let him get some boo-nanny down there, not boo-nanny, but boo-nanny down there, you wanted it. Or you was trying to set him up to get something. Y'all get up out of my face. Bye. Bye. Lord. Y'all, it says right here, 50 Cent mocks Diddy as trial continues. Auto slam! But what was the mock? What was he saying? What in the mock?
About the trial and how freaky he is and crazy and stuff.
Yeah, but if he say he mocked him, that means he must have been like acting like him or saying something he think that Diddy would say or moving in the way he think that Diddy would move. That's what mockery means. So how did he mock him?
Like acting like how Diddy would act and saying what Diddy would say.
Child, when you bye 50 Cent, bye. Oh Lord, why is we finna talk about? Oh Lord, oh my goodness. Oh, why? Wait a minute, mommy, hold up. I'm trying to figure out why is RFK on the same picture with Dionne Warwick. Oh my God, y'all know what? America's auntie, you know she got something to say.
Yeah.
And it's probably a roast, right? Mm-hmm. She roasted. Let's just get to that. I'm talking to you. Yeah. Why are you just shaking your head? This is a TV show, radio show. When I talk to you, you have to actually speak. You just can't be like, the people need to hear what you got to say. So why is Dionne Warwick and RFK down here to the same picture? I'll tell you. Hold on. Just because, child, you about to start that stuff again. Hold up, y'all. This comes from Fox News, so you know they were about to probably try to slam Dionne Warwick up down here. It says, Dem lawmaker sees RFK Jr.'s legitimacy as HHS secretary has expired in a heated exchange. Wait, this don't have nothing to do with Dionne Warwick. These two things don't go together. Photo? Yeah, these two things do not go together. This is another story you need to be telling me about because this story. Let me just talk about RFK. I have the video for it. Huh?
I have a video for it.
You have a video for it?
Yeah.
Child, let me see what the video say because I'm sorry for the confusion, y'all. Y'all, watch this.
Unanimous consent.
I'm assuming that you don't know what I'm...
Wait, no. This is the video to the story that I had. So let me just move RFK over to this side. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Dionne Warwick out the way. Mm-hmm. Why did you have Dionne Warwick in the picture?
I don't know. That was an accident.
It was on accident.
Yeah.
I'm going to accidentally bump you in your damn head. Lord. So it says, Dem lawmaker seethes RFK's legitimacy as HHS secretary has expired in heated exchange. Y'all, they went off on RFK so hard up down there. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it wasn't ridiculous for me. It was ridiculous for him. Y'all, oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all watch this.
Unanimous consent.
I'm assuming that you don't know what I'm about to tell you, or you wouldn't say something that was so dishonest. You may or may not know that David Geyer sued the American.
I do know that. I do know that. That doesn't change the findings. Nor does it change the experience of the parents who testified.
That finding was reversed by a court, and he was awarded $5 million.
That is not true. Now, let me ask. So I just want confirmation. David Geyer is still at HHS. I wrote you a letter about this a month ago, and you have not responded.
Well, I apologize for that. That's our bad. and I will respond, but David Geyer is not managing autism research.
So what is his job?
We never said that he was.
What is his job at HHS? This is somebody who gave parents the impression that he was a doctor and gave hormone blockers to children as young as 8, telling them that hormone blockers would somehow magically help their kids with autism.
His father is
His father is a doctor, but he is not. And his father was not in the room and did not, and he faked his father's signature according to the State Board of Medicine.
And that ruling was overturned by a court. So what you're saying is just wrong. It's just a lie. And they were actually, the court said that the Maryland Board of Physicians.
Have you ever felt God calling you to
malice in fabricating those charges against David Geyer?
Well, we will pursue this.
Yeah.
And I will submit for the record.
So do you want to know why we brought David Geyer in?
Sure.
Because it wasn't to run autism research. In 2002, the CDC runs a vaccine safety data link, which is supposed to be the vaccine information for the biggest HMOs that are supposed to allow CDC to have a surveillance system for vaccine injury. It's a backstop system. The CDC will not let any physicians in there to look at it or any scientists, independent scientists.
He's neither a scientist nor a physician.
Right. Congress ordered CDC to open it to the Geyers. So they are the only scientists who have ever been in there.
But again, Mr. Geyer is not a scientist. Thank you.
Independent scientists.
Okay, Senator Heston's time's expired, but before we move on, did you have a unanimous consent request that I heard in there, Senator?
Lord have mercy, y'all. Y'all see RFK down there shaking and surviving, child. He couldn't even get no words out. Child, Lord, bye, RFK, bye. You and your... Let me stop, because I don't want the Parkinson's disease or whatever disease you have up down here trying to attack me over your non-qualified behind, okay? Who is this lady?
Let's read the story. This story might make you mad.
It's going to make me... Y'all, this story come from Tim Haynes, Bronx Kid Tim, down here to the Facebook and all these places, y'all. Because, people be sending me stories all the time.
Yeah.
This lady right here, I don't know what she did yet, but let me just see what it says. It says, teacher loses job for calling student by preferred name without parental permission. Story sent by Tim Haynes. Okay, so if the student come in the classroom and they tell you, teacher, I want you to call me this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, should the teacher have to call the parent and ask them if it's appropriate to do that? Or should the teacher just oblige and call the student what they want to be called?
It's got to be the principal.
So the teacher should go to the principal.
Yes.
And then let the principal communicate with the parent.
Yes.
And then let the principal communicate back with the teacher to say whether this is acceptable or not.
Yeah.
That's what my mama said, y'all. And guess what? I agree with that.
You do?
Yeah. Absolutely. What if the child is like, I want you to call me brown butthole?
Well, I was going to say, if it's something that's like inappropriate, then just tell the parent.
It don't matter what it is. That's not their name.
Yeah.
So this needs to be approved.
Yeah.
If the little boy's name is Timmy and he tells the teacher, I want you to call me Julia, you need to go to the principal.
Yeah.
You can't just start calling the child Julia because the child told you to do that. That's right. It says right here, teacher loses job for calling student by preferred name without parental permission. Okay, it says Melissa Calhoun, a teacher at a Satellite High School, received a letter of reprimand for calling a student by their preferred name after a, quote, detailed investigation, unquote. Janet Mergahan, chief communications officer of the Brevard County School System, told Today in an email, she said Calhoun's contract for the next school year was not renewed. Since Calhoun was notified in April of her contact status, more teachers have been questioned for using students' preferred names, according to the Brevard Federation of Teachers, the local teachers union. The union is representing Calhoun and one other teacher. Yeah, we still haven't gotten to the meat of this story yet. But again, should she have been reprimanded? Yes, the teacher. She wasn't fired. She was reprimanded.
No, she was fired.
Right here it says reprimanded. I haven't gotten to the firing status yet. We need to see what happened first. It says, we are not commenting on these situations as they invoke active cases. Anthony Colucci, president of the Brevard County Federation of Teachers, told today in an email when asked about the case of the Calhoun and her teacher. The Change.org petition has been signed by more than 55,000 people so far, calling on Calhoun to be reinstated in her position at Satellite High School. The student who created the petition, a junior at Satellite, who asked not to be named for fear of reprisals by school officials, told today that Calhoun was both an English teacher and an after-school club teacher. Stanetic expressed concern about not only the decision made, but the quiet final decision that was effectively ended her career in our district without ever calling it what it was. So what did they call that's not in here? What they call
No, it wasn't in there.
So
what?
Why you give me this story if the name that was called is not in here? Like, the people want to know the T. Like, the T is missing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you guess so. Lord. Y'all, bye. That story should not have been up in here because there's no T to the story. Y'all, these white Africans is up down here, y'all. Lord. Yes, these white South Africans are in the United States that Donald Trump claimed that they were being
that they were refugees.
No, he claimed they were being what's the word to get rid? Genocide. There was genocide on these people. There's no genocide on these people, child. He done brought these white folks over here, and guess what they need to call? Guess what they get to call themselves now that they over here? Guess what the white refugees get to call themselves now that they over here? African American.
Oh, come on, cat.
It says white South African Afrikaner refugees arrive in U.S. on a government chartered plane. And guess what? They always talking about giving these people, the immigrants, money and this and that and everything. They already said they're giving these people everything.
Yeah.
They're going to get everything. And you know what? They're going to sprinkle them all over the United States so they can start spreading hate. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It says, and this comes from NPR, a group of 59 white Afrikaners who have been given refugee status by Donald Trump administration arrived at Dulles Airport outside of Washington, D.C. On Monday, a charter flight paid for by the U.S. government, in other words, our tax money, while you kicking everybody else out, as long as you white, you get to be up in here, see? See? The Afrikaners, descendants of mainly Dutch colonists.
Yeah.
Colonists. You should know what the word colonist mean by now because I done accused you of it several times. What does colonist mean?
It means basically like a colonizer.
What? That's not the definition. You just renaming the word. What is a colonizer?
A colonizer is a person that just takes.
Thank you. Left Johannesburg on Sunday night. They were seen at the airport in Johannesburg with carts full of suitcases, but declined to speak to the media. Of course not. They are being greeted by U.S. officials and are expected to give a news conference shortly. It says one document seen by NPR said that there will be food and items for the children upon arrival. It said the Refugee Services Office of the Catholic Diocese of Virginia will be on site to offer assistance. Now, why the hell is the Catholic Diocese giving them anything?
Right.
Remember, I keep on talking about this Pope stuff.
Yeah.
Here go the Catholics again. Y'all don't want to help the refugees from South America. You don't want to help them from Haiti. You don't want to help them. You don't want to stop no wars going all around this world right now. You don't want to stop none of that. But white African Americans come over here and you want to give them something.
Yeah.
I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of the Pope. I'm tired of all of that. I'm sick of this. Bye, y'all. Bye, Afrikaners. And guess what it's time for, y'all? It's time for boom, the Kim K Slammm. Lord have mercy. I'm pissed off. Y'all, gingers are black. You know that's not real, okay? Yeah. We know it's not really real. We just saying that they're black because they're being ostracized and and being mistreated and not given their civil rights like black people, so they assimilate with black folks. Okay, bye. That's mansion in New Orleans. Girl, get out of here. We glad that shit done burnt to hell. Okay. Boosie. Chris Brown. Why you acting up?
Right.
We were trying to bring you back. And you just keep on doing stuff over and over and over again. Why? Bye. Oh, Mark Edwardine, you know you don't get no slam today for creating all the wonderful stuff you did up there to the computer. Caitlin Clark and y'all girls up there, y'all keep on doing y'all thing up down there. Smokey Robinson, man, listen, just sit down. Yeah, my mama talking about is he 100 years old. 50 Cent, we don't know what's going on with the Diddy trial, with the mockery. Co-executive producer didn't do that part. RFK, you got slammed down there. Teacher, I don't know what you did because co-executive producer pulled a story that don't have no ending, and the T is not in the story. You should play Candy music for yourself. Play it.
Yes, all right.
Lord.
I'm going to walk away because I need to calm down because bitches ain't.
Start over again. Co-executive producer, he be. It says a teacher loses job. Child, co-executive producer gave it a story that don't have the T in it. Why you don't have the T in the story? Play. What is going on? Are you playing it?
Yeah.
It's not playing.
I'm going to walk away because I need to calm down because bitches in here.
We're going to do this again. We're going to rewind it again. Y'all. Shannon. Oh, my God.
Oh, come on, cat.
Y'all, co-executive producer pulled this story of the teacher losing her job without giving us the tea of what the student actually said that they wanted them to be called.
I'm going to walk away because I need to calm down because bitches in here is motherfucking trying me and I'm ready to pop the fuck off because you're going to say and call me arrogant and like.
Bye. Third time's a charm. Y'all white African Americans, get y'all ass up over here and learn your place in America because it's going to be at the bottom. Bye. Lord have mercy. And guess what? How can everybody get in contact with you?
On Instagram at Judas Photography, JUDAHS Photography.
Y'all know I love y'all so much. And guess what? We'll see y'all on Tuesday. And I promise with the countdown clock will be back up down there, okay? Mm-hmm. I love y'all so much. Guess what I'll be doing till next time, y'all? I'll be sitting here waiting at the door. Bye.
Sitting here waiting at the door, yeah. 1942, 1942. Sitting here waiting on you, yeah. Just waiting on you.